Hello everybody, happy Friday, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Aquarium at Friday night with me, we'll call it that. Yes, I'm slightly late, I apologise. I was trying to do technical things. I'm trying to do things that we've not done for a long time and it's confusing me because I'm old and I just don't get things anymore. Anyway, we have got a long chat backlog and it is going to take me a long time to read that, so I will start at where I can see, which is this one, Aquarium Delirium. It's filling up for the quiz. We have quiz news. I hope so. We'll be doing the quiz at... Oh, sorry, I forgot for my ASMR people. We're doing the quiz at 9:30. Giving you some updates on February's quiz winner, who's the same as January's quiz winner. But before we do that, beer number 1 of the evening. I'm not going to lie, bought this because it says Badger on the tin, and who doesn't want to drink a Badger? Outland Badger Brewery Hazy IPA, only 4.2%, so there's a chance that I might be able to drink this and not slur my words and get the quiz wrong and all those other things. Let's see how this looks. Doesn't look as hazy as it... I hate it when things say they're hazy and then it turns out they're not actually hazy. Oh no, there's a bit of haze there. Not that you can see any of it, but... meh. I think I've turned the ISO down too far. Now I look quite dark. That looks a lot darker than it does in real life. But anyway, cheers everyone, happy Friday, hope you've had a good one. Not bad. Not bad at all. Stuart's here, Juggler's here, Bossman is late. Hey, he was. Hi, sorry. And it will take me half an hour to read that, so I might just skip through. Graham's busy squeezing into his Harry Potter outfit. Yes, so if anyone has seen the video I released today, where I mangled lots of Latin names, it just makes me sound... I think I sound like a wizard trying to cast spells whenever I try to do Latin names. But... Oh, I'm thinking now, do I give them a hint? Do I not give them a hint? There might be a question relating to that in the quiz. I'll leave it at that. Silver Creek, we have a bone to pick with you. NJW, hi from Doncaster, hi from Sheffield, how are we doing? You calling me Hagrid? I hope not. Jeff Pelham's Aquatics, nice to see you. Audio video good. I should have checked that earlier, thank you. Simon's here. Only Oscars. Who else have we got? Lanx Fishkeepers. I've already forgotten how to speak. Lanx Fishkeeper. Shady Grady. Rough as a badger's is a popular saying. It is indeed. That's what made me buy it. And as Scott says, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. So, a rough outline. We're going to do the quiz at past. That runs for about half an hour, roughly. After that, we might have some guests if I have the technical know-how and wizardry to be able to do that. But we'll see. Do you remember, those of you who have been here for a long time ago, this was an idea I got off Corvus Oskin, Joel, where in the Discord server there's a live stream guest channel, and my thinking was people could jump in and out of there, say hello. If you had a piece you wanted to say, you could speak your mind. And I think we did it twice, and then I've never done it again since. And it's generally how I bring guests in. So when we've had guests in the past, that's what we've done. So I'm resurrecting that, and we might, if it works, trial having some co-hosts or some guests. I'm not sure what to call it yet. More than just me here, basically. We'll see how it goes. Like I say, try. As always, I've waited until 9:15 to try and figure all this out. Rough as a porcupine going backwards is another saying. Indeed. So, like I say, we'll do the quiz, then we'll have our guests on if we can have our guests, and answer any and all questions that you might have. because there's some things I want to talk about. But let's get through saying hello to everybody. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Nice to see you. Dangerous Dan's here. JT Keeping Fish is here. Nice to see you. The plants looked awesome in your video. Thank you very much. I have been overwhelmed by the response. I think it's not actually been a very well performing video, but I've already had 4 orders off the back of that video. So thank you everyone who has ordered. I was more than happy with the plants that we got. I think they're all fantastic. So you've done well to order quickly before I kill them all. That's one way of looking at it. So hopefully they'll all go out on Monday. I did want to do a bit of housekeeping. So where did I put it? February. I put it there. So I just wanted to show you the results from February. If you're new here, what we do in the quiz is we tot up your total points for the month for every quiz that you participate in, and at the end of the month, whoever's got the most points gets a prize. And it's a bit of a better prize than just a random bag of food or whatever. I say that, having not given out any prizes yet this year, because I've not quite got around to it, but I have a plan. So last week was the 4th February quiz week, so that was the last one, and we totaled up the points. Let me see if I can switch to this. And, oh, that's useful. So you can't see it. So as you can see, the number one with 1,902 points, nearly, what's that, 130-ish ahead of second place. If I bring that into view, it was Beta Juggler. I think we should have some round of applause or something. I should probably move that out of the way so you can't see that. Why am I so small? Every week, oh god, no, didn't mean to do that. Every week, why are you not doing that? There we go. Every week, OBS seems to reset itself for some reason. Anyway, Beta Juggler got 1,902 points. That is 490, 437, 489, 486. That's very consistent. The only other person to get close to that in terms of consistency was JDT28, who also got over 400 points every week. It's me. You got let down by your first week's entry, I must say. And then the ones that I've coloured in, I'm talking to you lot here. Shadow, I understand. Silver for Prez, Tommy, talking to you here. And Nabo. The number one rule of playing the game is you use the same name every week. So as my spreadsheet with its extremely elaborate if statements and sort functions can count up all the numbers and put them into the thing. But no, Silver for Prez called himself Silver for Prez. Then he called himself, what else is there? There's another Shadow and Coda. No Coffee Nabo. Sore Foot Nabo. Oh, this is the last month, so I had to manually add yours up, which was very annoying, which is why I've coloured your names red. That was a long way of me going round a rant and saying, play the game properly. So from now on, if this, I'm just going to use my formulas without, in fact, let me show you your formulas, because I'm very... Is this the worst thing in the world to be proud of? How do you unhide? I've already forgot. Do I have to do this for every single one? So what I've done is I've written a little script which I've now upgraded Bluekit, so we get to look at stats and all kinds of things, and it does an export for me, so I can collate every month into the quiz, and then we add them all up in here with a wee VLOOKUP to look it up, and then summing it, getting rid of the nulls, and then I post the results into here. So if you're from Capita, I honestly haven't been spending all day doing this at all. No, I've been working hard. Anyway, so that's that. Well done, Juggler. And for your prize, I have decided to print you one of your fry breeding rack thingy-majiggeries. I've got some white filament turning up tomorrow, so that project will get started over the weekend. And as soon as it's ready, I'll post it out to you. I've also been trying a few more 3D printed things, so I don't know why we got onto this, but in Discord, up there, people, join the Discord server, lots of chat. We've got a 3D printing channel chat, channel chat, whatever. So people have been sharing videos. So there's a few of the ones where you do the automatic egg catchings. I've had a go at that. I've had several goes at that. I'm on V3 now, and that actually works. So I might do a wee video of all the little 3D printed things that we've tried out. None of them are original ideas. I've nicked it off people. But interesting things in there. So I might try it. And it's also kind of re-sparked a desire to get into breeding again more. But for unglamorous things. So as much as I love discus and breeding discus and stuff, I'm thinking like zebra danios, CPDs, other egg scattering things, because this is quite a cool little system that we've got going here. So I might look into that a little bit. But I digress. Yes, so Tommy, that was the bone I had to pick with you. Use the same name or you're never going to win. King's Aquariums and Ant World, hello, nice to see you. Miles behind again. Lee, hello from Bolton, hello. J&J's back after a birthday week off. It's nice to see you again. How many people? We've got 52 people here already. This is extraordinary. Only 29 likes, mind. Come on, people, what are you playing at? We did a Meet the Mod thing. Yeah, but we did. You're quite right. God, do you remember back then? How long you stuck around, Scott? You deserve some kind of medal. Are you the only remaining mod from the Meet the Mod series? Oh, Dangerous Dan's become a member. Thank you very much, Dangerous Dan. Right, I'm obviously miles behind because I was talking about that ages ago. Rebecca's joined us. Nice to see you. I didn't check the website. Well, that's the thing. I've not even uploaded everything properly. I've not got pictures of any of the plants. I think all the descriptions for all the plants that I've got on the website are all the same description. Oh, fairly easy and undemanding plant. Because I was going to go in afterwards and write them up. So I'm overwhelmed by the response for everyone. But keep it up. Order aquatic plants here. Yes, thank you, Scott. Alright, let me quickly scan through, because we're already 15 minutes in and I haven't done anything. This will be bad. I hope we're not talking about the quiz. I have made some changes to the quiz. I don't know if he's here, but Andrew from Aquarium Daily, he does a quiz. My vastly inferior quiz on a Saturday night. But I really like the quiz software that he uses, so I was thinking of doing a switch to that. And if you enjoy the quiz, he does his on a Saturday night, so go and participate in that as well, because it's quite fun. But not too many of you, because I think there's a 20 user limit, and that's why I've not done it on my quiz. But it does things that you can like bet your points, and there's all little quirks, and it's great, but it's like $50 a month or something to get the pro version, which I would need because I think you're limited to 20 participants and only 15 questions with the free version. It's just such a big jump. Like free, pretty good, pro, really good, but it's like a massive jump up here in cost. So when I get to 100,000 subscribers, maybe then we'll do the pro version of that quiz. But if you'd like to see what I'm talking about, head over to the Aquarium Daily channel on a Saturday and have a go at that quiz, because it's fun. I enjoy it. Right, I'm going to... She says, I checked the site, it's probably the worst sales technique. Exactly, I've not quite got around to doing it. I was a bit busier than I expected to be today. So I thought, Friday's a nice slow day. I'll do a few calls, and when I'm on the boring calls, I'll just update the listings. But yeah, couldn't quite get to it. Your week 4 is NA, Scott. if that wasn't clear, because you changed your name in week 4 and you became Shadow Coda. So that's why I had to do it again. I didn't punish you, I counted it anyway, but I had to do it manually. I will not be doing it again, so I reiterate, and I will be reiterating again when we actually start the quiz. You need to keep the same name. And if you want to see the results in full, I've posted them on Discord. You can go in there and check them out. Can I get a triple bonus score this week due to life stopping me from playing all month? Dogs got parvo last week. Oh, that's not good. But no. Sorry. That sounded a bit more harsh than I expected it to. My plant light is amazing. I can now view the tank when away from the camera by switching the light on. Usually I just see their eyes. Oh, the light that you won for Christmas. Good. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, I scrutinised your name change, Scott. Miles behind. It seems to have gone instantly flat. Not sure I'm a fan of that. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Oh, sorry. In the live stream, it might run long tonight because I've got my daughter's having a birthday sleepover, so I've got a house with 7 12-year-old girls in it. I've been trying to get away for hours. I was like, no, I have to start the stream early tonight, dear. You'll have to look after them. But it's just like a wall of sound in my house at the moment. Like, ah! Jesus. Different times back then, yeah, Scott, reminiscing about the old days when 10 people come to watch my live stream. I think I might be the last one standing. Freshwater Village, were you there? I don't think she was a mod. I think I made her a mod a lot later on, but she might have been around every now and again. I suppose you don't ship plants to California? Probably not. I doubt they'd make it. I did get your email about the towel, though. You need to tell me where you live if you want me to give you a quote for how much it would cost to send you a towel. Bingo's fun. Yes, Andrew also does the bingo as well. Andrew's questions are easier, yes. Last week we got almost 70% getting questions right, so I've taken that as a bit of an insult to my quiz mastery and have made them all harder again. You're welcome. I'm just quickly scanning. If the beer does that, it might have been stored in the heat or something in a past journey. It did have a date on the thing. It's too dark in here to see what it says. Whoa, just poured beer all over my camera. That's not going to go well. ABC, Aquatic Biotope Creations. Nice to see you again. December 24, so they usually give... So that's going to be like 2 months old? Who knows? 20 months as an adventurer. Thank you very much, sir. The pitch alone could kill you. Oh, you're not wrong. I had to go into a room and just switch the light on and off just to get them all to shut up for a minute, because I was in there going, girls, hi, what? Totally ignored me. I was not making any headway at all. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting a WhatsApp from my son because he's wanting something. Oh, I think he wants me to buy him a phone. Sure. Okay, Stuart, if you're watching. Not right now, though. June's become a member as well. What's going on? We're up to 76 people here. Are they all here for the quiz, do you think? 6 months as a hero adventurer. Wow. Thank you very much. Right, quiz time. Nearly. And as I say, I've upgraded. We've gone full in for the blue kit. So we'll be able to see all the stats and go through every single question you got wrong. Oh. I don't seem to be able to do normal quiz though. Oh yes, can. It's given me many more options. So as well as the fabulous fishing frenzy when we tried that, if you remember. We've got a few extra ones now that I've paid for it. I still think Classic's the way to go. If we want, we might rerun an old quiz in one of these other modes if we get a bit bored towards the end of the stream. I've just seen a house full of 12-year-old girls is the best description of hell I've ever heard. I was like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, bring your friends over. And since I picked them up at 3 o'clock, it's been like, like a high-pitched scream. I'm sure that it'd be a torture mode sometimes. Michael James, hi from Sheffield. Hello there. Nice to see you. Dean's Fish Room. It has been a long time. Hope you're well too. Nice to see you. Are you joining for the quiz? This is going to make no sense if this is the first time. Anybody who's new here, this is like the worst quiz on YouTube, but the best quiz at the same time. I'll give a bit of background. The quiz is fastest finger first, so you get points for answering correctly, and the faster you answer correctly, the more points you get. There is a theme each week, so the person that wins the previous week's quiz gets to pick a theme. So some of the questions are themed, and this week it is hits from the 2000s. You must pick the same name every week. There's one more rule. Oh, and you're not allowed to pick the fish. So when you join the quiz, you get to choose an avatar. You're not allowed to choose the fish avatar, or Rebecca gets upset. I think that's everything. So, if I click host and turn down the volume quickly. Oh, we've got extra. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing, haven't I? We want classic. Random question order. I think we're good to go, and we're only 5 minutes to go, so that's loud. Copy link. Find chat. Paste link into chat. And go. So click that link. Is that still a bit too loud? And in 4 minutes we will start the quiz. So like I say, fastest finger first. So the quicker you get the answer correct, the better. The more points you get. If there's more people this week, there'll be even more points up for grabs. Whatever name you choose this week, you must stick with for the next 4 weeks. And at the end of the month, whoever's got the most points wins a prize. So last month's prize, in fact, that's quite funny having Dean's Fish Room in here. I believe that's a design, so it's a 3D printed fry breeding system, which I believe is based on Dean's fry breeding system. So I'm going to print one and give it to Juggler as his prize for last month. Stevie P says his finger is ready. Good, nice to see. The chat is blocking the like. That's not good. Surely one of those modes has a gambling option. It probably does. It's very hard for me to find. I've been a very busy boy this week. So if anybody wants to take on some extracurricular activities and go and try some of these other game modes and see if there might be a better one, we might try it next time. $78 in chat. Wow, that's like a almost pandemic levels of viewership. Uh-oh. Well, whatever one you use this time, try and use it next time. I mean, I'm a reasonable guy. If there are technical difficulties, I'll make allowances. Something stuck in my teeth. Which is brilliant TV for you, isn't it? Sorry. Collaboration of Curiosities. I do like a name with good alliteration. Oh, look. We're back to this. I might have to pay the £50 a month thing for Andrews. Right, everybody. We're going to have to do it all again. At least it's consistent again. Classic host. Too many people. That must be what it is. Host now. Copy link. Paste link. Copy link again because link didn't work. Right, let's get in quick. We'll try and do this. You've got a minute and a half to make it work. I need my cat to play the game, says June. He guess he's better than me. I mean, that is a valid tactic if you just want to click the first thing that you see. I do try and have a mix of questions, so some of them are quite wordy, so you have to read. Some of them are quite short and punchy, so you can get in there and guess quickly. But yeah, that's a strategy that does work. Yeah, it crashed. Adele, you'll have to try again on that last link that I've just posted. Who is Crash? Did you not hear rule number 3? You're not allowed to take the goldfish. You have to hand that over to Rebecca or she goes in a huff. Chip shop, Matt. Be nice if that was fish shop, Matt. JT doesn't have 2 screens. I mean, can't you do it side by side on your phone, like something like that? I'm sure I've done it on one device before. You've had to go with a giraffe. Right. Automatic docking of 10 points, Crash, if you don't hand over the goldfish. Are we ready to go, people? I was only kidding. Just remember for next time. Best of luck, everybody. Here we go. Solve the dingbat. Oh, why has it changed the size? I am a professional. I know what I'm doing. Honest. So, we usually have a dingbat question. We usually have a question about a country. It's basically say what you see. And it was, of course, 1 in a million. Get it? Still just tackle under 2 seconds. 41 points. God, there must be a lot of people in. Number 2. What is the function of ampullae of Lorenzini in some fish? See, fishy question straight off the bat. I like it. Is it sensory? Is it reproduction? Is it buoyancy? Is it digestion? It is sensory. Because you all answered that one quickly. Shadow at the top of the leaderboard. Question 3. Scotland just beat England in the Rugby Six Nations, but what is this specific fixture called? Is it the Union Cup where Scotland drubbed England? Is it the Strathclyde Cup where Scotland drubbed England? I wanted to do that for a little bit longer. It is, of course, the Calcutta Cup. Well done, young snapper. Which 007 actor, star of Casino Royale, was born on this day? Is it Sean Connery, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig, or Roger Moore? So I've got some of you with the picture there. That was a picture of Sean Connery, but he was not in Casino Royale. Hit me, Juggler JDT. He's trying to use up all the names. Number 3. Who topped the UK charts at Christmas 2009? Is it Rage Against the Machine, Girls Aloud, some random X Factor winner, or Take That? This will be tougher for our non-UK based people. But yes, it was Rage Against the Machine. The year we finally took a stand against X Factor nonsense. Question 6. The swell shark has been observed going how long between eating? 20, 15, 6 or 3 months? $15 months. Who knew? Well, clearly these people knew. Who had the most #1 singles in the UK in the 2000s? Was it Beyonce, Oasis, Eminem, or Westlife? Oh, even split there. It was Westlife. There are some US chart questions as well. Who had both most #1s and spent the most weeks at the top of the US Billboard charts in the 2000s? Was Usher. Who knew? Going for another IPA, hazy IPA called Horde from Northern Monk. How many weeks did Britney Spears spend at the top of the UK charts in 2000 with Oops, I Did It Again? There's definitely going to need to be some guessing done with this week. Oh, it was 1. Well done, 2 people. So that I could tell that everyone just went, I don't know, and guessed. So that was just who was luckiest, basically. What country is this? Spain, Italy, Mexico, Brazil. That's a bit better. A bit hazier. It is Mexico. Ooh, that's delicious. Sharky Sharp Nabo in with the 41 pointer there. Oh, look who's at the top. Whose logo is this? Wassy, API, Fluval, or Joule? It's API. I'm counting that as a fish question. Still quite close at the top. I think anyone in the top 5 got plenty of time. Who is the father of the binomial nomenclature, the system used to give living organism the Latin names, which I so hilariously tried to do with all the plants that I was talking about? Was it Carl Linnaeus, Charles Darwin, Jean-Claude Van Damme, or Isaac Newton? It was Carl Linnaeus, who apparently you should have learned that at school. I didn't. That question was courtesy of my biologist wife. Laurie Carriday got that one fastest. I think if you didn't get that one fastest, there would have been serious questions asked. How many species of Neocaridina shrimp are there? As of, I think it was May 2023, the website I used to look at. So if somebody's discovered a whole new bunch of them in the last couple of weeks, sorry. 26. GDT, nice one. Who was the biggest selling US artist of the 2000s? Is it NSYNC, Michael Jackson, Eminem, or Linkin Park? This is obviously, if you're just joining now, this was the subject chosen by last week's winner. So if you win this week, you get to choose next week's specialist subject. It was Eminem. Question 15. China has agreed to lend what to the USA? Satellites, a fleet of oil tankers, some giant pandas, or $200 billion? There's a few people trying to Google it in the 20 seconds you get to answer. It was giant pandas. We've just handed ours back, haven't we? Question 16. Who had the best-selling album in the UK in the 2000s? Is it the Beatles, 1, James Blunt's Back to Bedlam, Amy Winehouse, Back to Black, or David Gray's White Ladder? Fun fact, I know the producer for David Gray's White Ladder, who's kind of my brother-in-law, I think. Story for another day. It was the wonderful James Blunt. Or as he says, that was the album that bought his house and everyone he knows. Question 17. The tiny fish Danionella cerebrum made news this week for what? Being related to Jean-Claude Van Damme, being louder than a gunshot, faster than a bullet, or hungrier than a hippo. Edinburgh, you spelt that correctly. Well done, Rebecca. Louder than a gunshot. I'm amazed some of you thought that fish was faster than a bullet. I suppose a bullet being thrown slowly by someone. Maybe. Jugglers at the top. Timbo's chasing. You've got 2 questions left to do it. 3 questions, I suppose. When was the first Sonic the Hedgehog game released? Some of you might know the answer to this one if you watch the other inferior aquatic-based quiz. I was royally robbed last week. Oh, that was the other rule I meant to tell you at the start. The answer is, of course, 1991. My answers aren't the correct answers. They're what I say they are. So if I get it wrong, tough titty. The F1 season kicks off where this weekend? Is it Australia? Sorry, everyone. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, or Japan? Yeah, blue-tongued chow chow. We all remember that. It's Bahrain. JDT. And under 2 seconds on that one. So, with a question to go. Is there anyone... Oh, you'd be doing well to get... Who was the first female performer to score 3 #1 hits in the same year, which she achieved in 2009? Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, or Kylie Minogue? Breaking things. It was Lady Gaga. Which means, Team TRM, have you beat your dad? No. Well done, Juggler. Unlucky, Timbo. You hung in there well. So it's like a family affair now. They're going to you should split. Get someone else, and then you can take up the whole podium. Well done, well done. Now let's use the new feature in View Report. 44% correct answers, so I got back under 50. So I guess I get to retain the hardest fishy quiz on YouTube. With 14 questions correct, Juggler won that, which is good because not many other people. Chip Shop Matt, you got 13 correct. You're just a bit slower. So let's see, what ones did you get right and what ones did you get wrong? So you didn't know who had the most #1 singles or the first female performer. Or so your knowledge of Britney Spears on female performers. Are you some kind of sexist? Everything else is right. Shrimps. Oh, this really hurt you, this subject, the early 2000s music. But outside of that, you're kind of 100%. Yeah, all of them are to do with the specialist subject. So, you get to rectify that by picking the specialist subject for next week. Timbo, how did you do? You got that one. Oh, it was bad for you as well, wasn't it? Oh, you didn't get the one about the Danio. I couldn't move for people telling me about this bloody fish this week. Oh, Graham, have you heard about this fish that's really loud? But look at that. 70 points. An easy win for you. And now I have a download option, so I don't even need to remember, so I can just download this afterwards. It's great. If you see yourself anywhere there, folks. Oh, Sharky Nabo. That did not go well for you. See, I knew this would be hard for some of our American chums because there was a lot of UK questions, wasn't there? Didn't get the dingbat. I thought that was quite an easy dingbat this week. Ampule of Lorenzini. The first time I heard that phrase was today. But hey, it's the taking part that counts. Well done, everyone that played. Dean, and at number... I wish I would tell you at what number. 200 points used to be a winning score. Shadow up the top. Look at Brian in 4th place. That's a rocket up the leaderboard for you, Brian. That sounds worse than it should be as well. But well done. Round of applause, everyone. Juggler does it again. Woo! So, have we chosen what next week's specialist subject is, so I can pretend to write it down, forget it, and then have to look it up next Friday? You can take your time. We'll get there. That was terrible. I vote for no more music questions. That was quite hard. I don't think anybody did well on the music questions. I wonder if I can look at the questions rather than the players. Oh yeah, we can. Little face. So, the most UK number 1 singles, only 11 people got that correct. Only 2 people got the Britney Spears ones correct. We saw that. Who had the best-selling album? It was James Blunt. Only 6 people knew that. Almost everyone knew that Sonic the Hedgehog was released in 1991. Imagine that. So why would someone... Anyway. I'll take a moment just to talk about Scotland pumping England again at the rugby. Most number 1... Yeah, the music questions were hard this week. Maybe that's what it is. Binomial nomenclature. That's fun to say. Anyway, sorry, I'm indulging myself in some stats. I can confirm I am sulking. Oh dear, sorry. Dangerous Dan, see, that's another tactic. Just keep choosing the same answer and eventually you'll be right. Quite right. Bring back the Wheel of Unfortune. It was much better. Oh, I'll keep it topical next week, Graham, and we'll go with Crufts. So, I think we need to... Is Crufts International? Anyway, if it isn't, Crufts is a big dog show. And they do all kinds of things. So, it's like X Factor for dogs. Not only did they say what's the best dog, it's basically what dog looks most like a dog. Is that right? Am I kind of in the area? So they do agility and all that kind of stuff as well, but the main focus of Crufts is what dog looks most like a dog. Crufts is the international one. Okay, so it's worldwide. It's not going to be UK specific. There are lots of questions about, I don't know, I'll need to think about it. Come back next week and you can see. Dingbats and logos are my favourite. I'm going to include a dingbat and a logo, at least one each, in most. Cold water aquatics, all the UK questions. Sorry, I knew it was going to get you. That I tried to include a few of the billboard charts. Brian's upset with him. He got the Westlife one correct. Right, have we got any guests? If we have any guests hanging around in the background, now is your time to shine. I might have to talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I try and do this. I have to switch to studio mode, professional, I know what I'm doing. And then I have to put that on that. There's nobody there. Okay, anybody want to come on as a guest? Jump in Discord if you do. Until then, we'll just carry on. A UK dog show. Apparently it's a UK dog show. No, apparently it's not a UK dog show, it's an international dog show. What dog is the most... There's a sketch, I can't remember who did the sketch. And it was basically that. What dog looks most like a dog? And that's how that evolved into Crufts. Oh, something's happened. Someone's there. Alright, wait a minute. We have the technology. We don't have the technology, or do we? No, we keep that one. Right, okay. Hang on. I can see you. I'm just trying to prepare you so as we can actually see you in the screen. This must be so exciting for everyone. Why? I can see you, I just can't see myself. That's what my problem is. I'm trying to see if I can include us both in the same screen. That'll be why I can't see myself. So can anyone guess who it's going to be? Oh, Discord says who it is. I can't hear you though. It's him. But for some reason I can't hear anything you're saying. And I don't know how to fix it. So I'm just going to press random buttons until something happens. I also can't see myself. That's not happened before. Discord's not picking up his microphone. Anyway, this is Andrew from Aquarium Daily. He runs the second best aquarium quiz on YouTube. But he says Discord isn't picking up his microphone for some reason, which is why we can't hear him. So I'm going to press this button and make Andrew go away. That was fun, wasn't it? Well, I'll leave you in the background. If you do figure it out, I'll bring you back in. It's a Discord thing. You can click on his user and unmute. Well, he isn't muted. I can't unmute him if he's not muted. Sorry. See, I was trying to do a... Anybody else want to go? Is there another way we could do it? We could do a Zoom call, I suppose. User settings, voice and video, input device, and take push to talk off. The funny thing is, so you're all just looking at me, I'm now looking at him, frantically pressing buttons and going, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And I can't hear him. Still, well, freshwater ichthyology's in there now. I can't hear anybody. It might be me. Who knows? Hello? Because I can't even see myself. Usually I come up as a an option. So glad I got all these users in tonight. Ah, there we go. I'm in the chat now. This is brilliant. So I made myself turn up. This is the Discord. I made myself turn up and Andrew's disappeared. Hadn't been replaced by Rebecca. Can you speak? It says you're muted. It's just me again. Oh, I've got a button for this. Oh, my button doesn't work. I like that. IT, just hit random button until it works. Yeah. The Discord was showing the green around the box, which usually indicates sound is happening. May I have the Discord link? Of course you can. It's up there. So what we used to do, this is many moons ago, when I first got Discord, I thought, we'll just have people and you can just hop in and shout at me and abuse me randomly. And that would be a fun way to engage with people and have people join in. And if you wanted to jump in and say, hello, I'll have a chat with you about something random, then you could do so. But clearly it doesn't work. Anyway, what else did we have to talk about? I can't believe we've only scared off about 20 people with this 10 minutes worth of nonsense that we've had so far. Anyway, while we talk about this, I'd like to introduce you to a new beer for me. I've not had this one before. It's called Horde by Northern Monk. It's a 7%er, so, you know, sleep well tonight. And it's quite delicious. So delicious, in fact, I've drank most of it while we've been trying to sort that out. Andrew has decided that Discord just doesn't like him. Well, it doesn't like me either, because I can't get it to work on my laptop. I can only get it to work down here. Oh, I saw green around Rebecca. What happened there? Something's happening. Still can't hear her, but, you know, maybe you can. When Aquarium Delirium was on, he had green around the user, which indicated sound was working. Was Aquarium Delirium on as well? Have I had all these people and not noticed any of them? Is my desktop audio being outputted? It says it is. Let's go and how can I prove that? I could watch one of my own videos, couldn't I? Got a big box to open. Let's get straight into it. Can you hear me? It's me opening a box. Unless I'm very much mistaken, and it doesn't look like I am, this is a big box of... Are you sharing Discord audio through the streaming software? I thought I was. Yep, JT heard the sound. I've not done anything different, that's just how I've always done it. You heard the opening of the box. Good. Confirmed that I can successfully play a video. But whether I can get Discord to work or not is a completely different matter. Is Discord muted on the volume mixer? No. It was a nice idea, eh? No one is muted on Discord, so everyone just needs to try push to talk. I don't have push to talk enabled. Scott there with the old IT favourite. Turn it off and turn it back on again. Give that a go. Still seems to be the same. Where would noise go? I can't actually hear anything on Discord. Maybe that's what the problem is. I kind of feel like we shouldn't be trying to fix this right now, and I should try and fix it not in the middle of a live stream. How do I see where? So that's me muted. Now I'm unmuted. That seems to be fine. Who knows? What if I do that? If I disable live stream mode? I can see a video. Channel permissions. I don't see no stinking channel permissions. Okay, channel permissions. Everything's green. Look, who's that? It's not Aquarium Daily. Well, you got your camera working, but I can't get the sound to work. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to give up and go back to drinking. Right. Oh, Mickey's here. Mickey, can you fix Discord? I've knackered it. I'm trying to have guests on, and this is as far as we get. Where we can see each other, I can hear myself, but I can't hear anything out of Discord. Look, someone else has joined now. I heard a noise though when she joined. So something's happening. That to me says it should say sounds. But I didn't hear anything there. Make sure you don't have deafen on. I do not have deafen on. Do I? No. I should be good. I'm going for a beer. Anyway. I've always found that with any of life's problems, it can be made better by your favourite beer. Which for me, still unsponsored, Heathen by Northern Monk. Still waiting for that sponsorship. You can hear the stream but not in Discord. Yeah, I think something's up with Discord. There will be a setting that I have not set properly. It will be my fault. The fact that 2 of you have now tried to talk to me and it hasn't worked means it's probably at my end. I wonder if we do... We try going into the other channel, live stream guests. Was that the one that we used in the past, maybe? Who knows? So is there anything new going on in the fish room? Well, there is actually. You'll have seen my latest video. I have to sound so Scottish there. Oh, you'll have had your tea. You'll have seen my latest video where I've got a poop load of plants. And I'm so thankful that everyone... I think I've had 4 orders since posting that video. And I haven't even done the product listings on the website yet. So, people who are buying things off spec, really. See, I can hear some boops. This is what's annoying. I can hear bop, 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 bop from Discord, and then nothing else. Which is rather annoying. I can see people. So, the plants are the biggest thing. I mainly wanted to buy a bunch of mother plants, but I thought, if I just buy some mother plants... There's Mickey's in there as well. Should we just give up on the live stream and we'll go on, everyone go into Discord? I think we can get like 100 people in there. It just didn't make sense to only buy some mother plants because you pay for the box and for the customs and all that kind of stuff, so I might as well try and fill a box full of plants, which is why I've ended up like this. What I didn't realise was I was buying 6 of every plant. I thought I was buying 1 of every plant, but that's fine. We can use them. And it gives me something to do for the next couple of videos. So where I have my bucktooth tetra tank and possibly my rainbow fish tank, probably going to start again with them and have some rescapes and do proper scaping and stuff like that. Try and make things look a bit nicer. That's the idea anyway. But if it proves so popular that people start buying all the plants, then fine, I'll use them for buying plants. And I'll just get more next time. So this is all stemming from now that I'm a proper business. I've found some aquatic suppliers. I haven't got any fish yet. And don't know that I want to get fish. Because it seems to be a bit of a faff posting out fish and stuff like that and getting in. Specialist couriers and all that, so you can't send them through the post anymore and all that kind of thing. That was a lonely boom as nobody turned up. But what I was really happy about was the quality of the plants that came in, because I have ordered plants many times and I've probably ordered them off someone being me, so the middleman, where someone else has got some plants in and then tried to sell them on eBay or whatever. And they're just always a bit knackered. And if it turns out like that and I end up sending people plants and they turn out to be a bit knackered, I'm not going to be happy with that, so I'll probably stop doing that. I said in the video today, and I've been kind of thinking about this, is I've always said YouTube isn't necessary. It's not a job for me. This is my hobby. This is about fun. But part of the hobby is trying to make it as good as it can be, so take it as far as you can take it. But at the same time, I know there are people doing this kind of thing who it is their job, so I don't want to shaft them by selling plants on for dirt cheap. Because there is quite the margin on plants. So, for instance, you'll see some of my pots listed for like $4.99. If you look on any other website, you'll see them going for $12.99. I think that's taking the piss. Whereas what I've tried to do is find the cheapest that I could find the same thing and sell it for that price. So as I'm not undercutting anyone, but I'm also not just being a money grabber and getting as much profit as I can do. So I'm trying to find that happy balance. Has anyone else... have I broke all the audio in the world now? So JT's looking into getting some plants into the UK. Yeah, customs and postage is a big thing. So obviously the plants I'm getting are coming from Holland, which is where you are. I think I pay £10 a box for customs, something like that. And you obviously pay for the box, and the shipping over here is one of the biggest prices. So if I was to order fish, I think it's £65 per delivery before you even put a fish in there. Plants is a bit cheaper. So yes, everything costs. Did I buy them off JT? No, I bought them maybe from one of the same places. Aqualine, part of the Rooneyman's group. It's poor Andrew still. I think everyone's given up on Discord now. We clearly can't do it. The audio. So if you've got any more questions while I fart about trying to fix things. My input mode is set to voice activity. Output device. Ha 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 ha. Output device is set to default. What the hell is default? Well, I can hear that though. So if you click it, you hear the noise. Well, you hear it on any of the things that I choose. Microphone, USB, codec, digital interface, microphone. I've got them both set to default. Don't know what default is, but I've got them both set to default. So glad all these new people who are here, who've come to watch me fart about with Discord to see if I can fix it or not. Voice and video. So they can. My mic is picking me up. My output device is. I can do a mic test and it can hear me. It's stopped testing. Yep, we're all good there. Output device is this. I don't know which one is. I don't know what it's set as default, but it seems to be fine because I can hear it beeping. Everything fish-wise in Europe comes... The Netherlands seems to be... There's a lot of fish farms and stuff in the Netherlands. It seems to be the case that it's all going well. We need someone to talk in the audio channel. I'm in the audio channel and I answer. But yeah, they're not bad. I thought you were getting fishies as well, thinking, blimey, you got a license. I did get a license. It's probably, almost certainly expired. But I did have a pet shop license in the old house, so I haven't been inspected since I moved, so yeah, I probably don't have a license anymore. But I mean, I still can get fish. Just technically can't sell them again. But I could look at it. It was quite annoying because Sheffield put up the prices of their pet shop license, which is a bit of a pain. Aquarium Daily's here. Thank you. I gave up with Discord. Fair enough. So, something's not quite gone right. I love the fact there's 60 people watching you fart about on Discord. Yeah, I'm going to give up with Discord because it's probably contributing to my network bandwidth. Oh, I've broke. Am I not live anymore? Am I just talking to myself again? One day they'll have our own series on Netflix, and this will be a distant memory. The series will be How to Not Win Friends and Influence People. The worst influencer in the world. If you remember, MD and Matt went to one of the fish farms in the Netherlands. That's where I get my fish. I did not see that. No disrespect to them, I watched an MD video today, but I tend not to watch all that many aquatic videos and fish videos. I feel like I'm too tempted to copy. If I watch a lot of fish videos, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, I'll do that. And then I end up doing it and I feel, ugh, I'm dirty. Why did I just copy that person? I'll do my own videos. It's about a year ago. I'll have a look out for it. It'd be nice to go around and do that kind of thing and see where these things come from. King's Aquariums in Antwerp. When I set up my shop, I will be getting fish and plants from Aqualine. Well, for the plants, I can't complain. They were very good. I'm good now. I just missed the point you said about my comment. Sorry. What one was I talking about? Netherlands or Germany to be best, or that Aqualine's not the best? I'm happy enough with them, was my general comment there. They also did a video about Aquafleur. Yeah, I mean, aren't some of these from Aquafleur? I'm sure I've seen on the Runemans group that some of their images have Aquafleur images. I'm not sure. Don't copy the crowd, be a trendsetter. Within days, all the other channels will be making videos pretending they're going to have guest appearances. Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh god, I'm getting so many notifications. I can't keep up with the chat in this live stream. Never mind do the Discord chat as well. So there's loads of people talking to themselves now without me. This is great. Have you fixed it? Glad to put a smell. That's what you need. Aquaflora, that's what I'm doing. Aquaflora. I always mix them up and think they're the same thing most times. But you know, if this works out and people are happy with the plants that they get from me, then yeah, I might do it more often. I just don't want to put somebody else out of business who's actually doing this as a business. So, and again, I'm meant to sign NDAs and things like that and not let out how much these plants cost, but you have to allow for, especially with fish and things like that, the price of fish versus the retail price, the trade price versus the retail, there's a huge markup. But once you put in the cost of shipping, the cost of customs, the cost of losses, the cost of housing fish properly and feeding them and keeping them before you've sold them, I get it. So I get why a £1 fish becomes a £5 fish in the shops. That makes sense. And it's the same with plants, but to a lesser degree. So if I buy 6 pots of X, but after 2 weeks one of them started to melt off, I can't sell that. So does that go in the loss column? So that I need to recoup that from the other ones. That's why you have to get a little bit more for some of the other ones. So I've always approached this as it's a hobby thing, but anything I like to do as a hobby, I think I like to do as well as I can do it. So, like with YouTube, this is fun for me. This isn't fun. Tonight wasn't fun. But making videos is fun. Having the live stream is fun. I'll probably now just give up on the whole idea, I guess, and just do it with me, because it's a lot easier for me to just sit here and randomly babble nonsense for a couple of hours every Friday. It's fun. If I was doing it for success, I would have given up long ago, as most people do. So there are very few and far between that I can think of. You don't see many 10,000 subscriber channels, 15,000 subscriber channels, because you get that little bit of a taste of success. You get to 10, you think, the world's my oyster, this is going to take off, I'll be able to retire. And then you get to 12,000, and then 13,000. And you think, this is becoming a chore. And if it gets to that point, if it's becoming a chore, you don't want to do it. And someone's going to pay you in your normal job a lot better. So, yeah, it gets dumped. The ones that make it are the ones that either really enjoy doing it and are just doing it anyway, regardless of whether or not they grow and start to make money and all that kind of stuff, or the ones that are like super driven or have a viral video where you go from 2,000, 3,000 to 10 to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then you're already there. In my experience, all the people I came up with, shall we say, so a few of them have gone skyrocketed past me and gone up to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I have surpassed many of the ones that I used to look up to who had 10,000 subscribers, but they still have 10,000 subscribers because they gave up. So I don't want this to turn into my business. So I want it to be fun. And part of the fun for me is trying new things, getting some plants. I'd love to get some more fish. I talked about redesigning the fish room and getting some big tanks. I'm probably not going to do that now, but at the time I was thinking it may be quite cool to have 2,000 rummy nose tetras or 2,000 neon tetras in a big massive tank and just see what that looked like. I could do that now because I could buy them at wholesale prices rather than having to go to a shop and say, hey, could you order me in this, please? But when you have to have every video hit because your income depends on it, you can't do these daft things every now and again. But what do I know? I got 1,000 subscribers this week. That has never happened to me before. The videos I put out this week have been some of the worst performing videos that the last few weeks. So they're like videos 8, 9 and 10 in my how your video has performed against all the other videos. Yet I got 1,000 subscribers. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. So don't listen to me for advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. June 2 of the live stream. I chose the live stream. I'm so sorry. But in fairness, June 1, that was hard work. So June 2 is going to be even harder. I get paid more to work in a pathology. Yeah, if you're doing this because it needs to pay, I think it just adds an extra layer of stress and an extra layer of... So, this has been an absolute shambles tonight. it probably could not have come at a worse time. It's probably my highest audience figures in a long time. Nothing worked. Yeah, complete shambles. I'm still going to be here next week doing it again. Doesn't actually make a difference to me. Whereas I'd be like probably going, killing myself, going, I should have tested more, and I should have done those things, but I'd have been killing myself, going, this is terrible. I've ruined it. I've not capitalised on the. It didn't work. I look like an idiot. It's just another day. When you're chewing on Andrew's pork pie grizzle, don't worry, give a whistle. A whistle helps things turn out for the best. We have a question from Boss. I have one angel in a Rio 125 with lots of lava rock and gravel substrate. Any ideas on fish that will act like cleaners for sunken food? Lava rock as a substrate can be quite tough, because I find it quite harsh. So things with barbels, for instance, your Corridoras, they do like to root around. And I know there have been videos made about, they don't need a sand substrate. They are fine with some gravel and stuff like that, and they can handle it. I think lava rock might be a step too far, and they might... Because Corries are great for that, because they snuffle around. They're like little water pigs, just kicking up the surface and keeping it nice and fresh. Things like Flecos and Ancistrus and all that, I don't find they spend that much time on the bottom doing that kind of job for you. So I don't know. Maybe some loach, some kind of loach. 125, you get some options there. I think you're just going to have to get the gravel vac out. Adele is up next for the 1 million sub mark. Really? Wow. Congratulations. Personally, I'd need a team and a presenter to do well to YouTube, or a fish room which renting isn't viable. Yeah, I've got to admit, having a fish room does give you options, because you can have a complete mare and just say, like right now my bucktooth tetra tank has an outbreak of cyanobacteria, and I can just go, let's just not film that today. Or my big brain thinking, and I can now make a video about how to get rid of cyanobacteria. But then I've also had to think, how do you get rid of cyanobacteria? So there's a little bit of stuff that goes on there. But yeah, having it gives you more options, because you can have more tanks and talk about more things. If you have one tank, it's hard to make videos consistently. Well, I don't know. So I'm envious of you, because you have the knowledge. As much as I like to read up and things, study, my brain function, I'm sure lots of people say this, but it seems not to function like that. It seems very selective over what information it's going to retain, and sometimes it actively avoids retaining information. So I can never confidently talk about scientific topics. There'll be things that I know that I've recorded on video, even stupid things like talking about the nitrogen cycle or something like that, where I'll be talking about it and just mention it in an offhand way, and then I'll watch the video back and I'll be saying, yeah, of course, in the nitrogen cycle you really want lots of high nitrates. And I'm like, what? Why would I say that? And I have no reason to say it. I didn't think I said it. And you're like, no, not nitrates, you idiot. Not nitrates. Have I just done it there? Yeah, I'm always confusing things. So I'm envious of you, and not you, well, yes, you. people in your situation who have a greater in-depth knowledge of like the building blocks that go into making up the hobby of this is how these species function, this is why this works, this is how evolution has got us to this stage with these things. Whereas I'm more of a, oh, look at the pretty fish, oh, isn't that plant nice? It's largely useless. Whereas you can actually impart some good information. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I mean by that. I don't know. We should team up. Just persistent, it will work out at a good 3,600 subs now. You are good. Keep it going. Exactly. Yeah. A couple of people this week have asked me, what's my secret to success? There isn't one. I'll just keep doing it. That's literally it. I've never had a viral video. I've only got, 3 videos over 100,000 views. Yeah, I don't have success. I'm just still here. That's it. I would do YouTube, but people wouldn't understand my accent. Well, you know, I have a bit of an accent myself. I mean, probably not quite as harsh as yours. I have lots of colleagues in Northern Ireland, but when we go on calls together, you're a bit like, ugh, for the first couple of minutes until you get used to it. But so I know what you mean. But you know, people love accents. I keep finding my videos on... people send me links to my videos on ASMR sites. Which is like, oh great, yeah, I'm getting exposure, and then, oh, that's a bit weird. Even if I had a deposit for renting, as a scientist, I wouldn't be able to buy a house for years. I mean, it's really tough for anyone to buy a house these days. Certainly your first house, at least. I come from the days of... My first house was a 100% mortgage. And at the second house I bought, we were offered 105% mortgage. So we're offered more money than the house was worth. My first house in Glasgow, I'm trying to figure out my first ever salary was £7,200 a year, and I bought a flat that cost £30,000. That makes me feel really old because that sounds ridiculous, but that was really cheap wages at the time. I was grossly underpaid. But yeah, now you're having to save up tens of £1,000s for a deposit for a house. It's tough going. But I mean, there's a lot of countries out there that just, they don't have this. We in this country seem to have this fascination with buying houses. You must get a house, you must be on property ladder. But there's loads of countries where renting's just the thing. That's what they always do. Aquatic Moose has over 100 subscribers. No big deal. It is a big deal. Every milestone's a milestone. That doesn't make any sense at all, and does at the same time. Every milestone's worth it. I remember getting my 100 subscribers. The biggest milestone for me was getting 300 subscribers, because it was the first time I thought, I don't know 300 people. Who are these people? Why are they watching? Tilson's Aquatic Pets, nice to see you, thank you. Don't forget your speakers fee in the US, Rebecca. Oh yes, our very own Rebecca is... what is the convention, or what is the event that you're doing next year? I hope they're flying you out there first class and putting you up in a swanky hotel as well. The comments I get on my accent are so funny. Yeah, I do as well. where are the subs coming from, which video. There's a few. It mostly seems to be tied back to my Temu video. But at the time, it was performed well at the time. But since then, the Temu videos they've kept quite high up there. But the subs are coming from all different videos, so I think what's happening from looking at the analytics is people are watching those videos, watching some other videos, going, this guy isn't just making wanky videos about Temu, and giving me a sub. You're safe to turn on Discord streamer mode, it doesn't affect audios. Okay. I would need subtitles. Well, that in itself, I think there's an idea there, Mickey. Because the amount of people that turn subtitles onto this stream, but I think I've been anglicised for a while now. I've been down here, 25 years I've lived in England. So I'm now at the stage where if I go back to Scotland, everyone's like, what are you talking like that for? And if I come back down here, they're like, what? Hey? Who? What are you saying? I can't win. Literally can't win. So I think I'm quite enunciating everything perfectly well so people can understand me. I have my English speaking voice, which is just me a little bit slower and a little bit more deliberate when I say sentences and want to get points across to people, which borders on patronising. But I have to do that sometimes when I'm making a point, and then I have my angry drunk Graham where I have to do that kind of thing. But yeah, there's like a whole genre of videos where I think bad subtitles could make hilarious videos, because there's there will be people watching now with the subtitles on because they haven't got a bloody clue what I'm saying, and they'll think I'm some kind of monster or racist or something like that, because the subtitles will do me dirty big time. Yeah. I'm doing it for the love of my Friday company. I am. I enjoy my Friday nights. They're all here to watch me struggle. Maybe that's it. They just like a little bit of... Or maybe they're here for my really insightful beer reviews. Oh, I've got some new sponsors as well. I should probably have talked about that. Another time. Not lava rock as a substrate. Oh, good. But some people do that. They just smash up loads of lava rock and use it as a substrate. Oh, chat's moving too fast for me, sorry. If all else fails, you can open a restaurant and serve Oscar jerky. I would cap the lava rock with sand. That is a good idea. Okay, well, it's not lava rock, we've discovered. But if you do, a sand cap is a lot easier and gives you more options, because lots of the things that like dig around in the stand have barbels and stuff like that, which is probably fine with smoothish gravel, but the lava rock you don't have down there would be a problem. There's lava rock in there, it's just not the substrate. Yes, we've got that there. Would an angel eat a mano shrimp? I've never seen an mano shrimp go digging around in the substrate though. And as an answer, maybe. Angelfish, in my experience, they all have different personalities. Some will be murderous gets, some will be peace-loving hippies, and everything in between. I've always wanted a fish room, fish house. When I was at school, I used to plan one. Yeah, I constantly replan this one. This year, I might flip it on its side. I even today was starting to think, I could extend the garage and go that way a little bit. If you're watching this, wife, I have no intention of doing that, honest. But I can't, and to be a fish biologist, I won't be able to likely well into my 30s. Now I know what I really want. Is that bad? I mean, in your 30s, as someone who's now well into his 40s, being well into your 30s, still plenty of time to do stuff. I know JT's probably going, phew, 30s, phew, how old? But it's just the way life works, really. You get a little bit more money. If there's any point in your life where you're going to have a little bit more money and a little bit more authority over your own life and how you want it to run, it's going to be when you're a bit older. So if you want it, and you've wanted it for 20 or 30 years, by the time you get to be in your 30s or 40s, you know you actually do want it, and it's not just a whim. So it's much easier to just go, yeah, I'm going to have that. Why not? How far behind am I? Miles? Rams love sand. Yeah, that's true. I've seen my rams digging around in there. Multi-tank syndrome is real. I'm low-key looking for a new tank right now. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've got loads of tanks that are actually empty at the moment. I'm a bit like, I should fill them with something. But I'm like, no, don't. So, I know the substrate isn't lava rock. We've established that, but what is it? Because if it is just gravel, and it's not sharp gravel, then I think things like quarries would be fine. I still don't know my African sick. Yeah. So, friend of the channel, Callum, moving house soon, sent me a message earlier asking me to, have you got a tank big enough to house all these African cichlids? And I was like, yeah, and I'll do it for a friend. But I was a bit like, I've never looked after them before. Oh, if I killed them all, how stressful would that be? But it's something I've always fancied trying, because I like the fact that is a very deliberate style of tank with hardscape, lots of fish, lots of movement. That looks cool. But everything I've read about African cichlids and to my mind, has been contradictory. You're like, what? So you can have haps and peak? You shouldn't have haps and peak. You must have haps and peak. You can't have front. Oh, I can't get my head around it. So, if I was to do African cichlids, unless someone hand-picked me some tank inhabitants, a lot of fish would die as I learned what works with what. Hellstream loaches could work well on gravel. I don't know. I've never kept them. I always thought Hellstream loaches were better kept for like high flow tanks, and were more about rocks and glass and things like that than substrates. But I've never kept them, so I don't know. You have a split opinion keeping barbled fish on gravel. Dirty gravel increases risk of bacterial infection on the barbels. That is true. So, I mean, I have a problem with buying a fish to do a job in general. And I say that as someone who has bought many a fish to do many a job. If you want the fish, I think it's fine. And you want the fish anyway, and it happens to do a job. Big double thumbs up. Everyone's a winner. But yeah, if you're buying fish because you can't be arsed to do a job. So yeah, I wouldn't bring in a fish to clean your gravel for you. You have to clean your gravel, and then your fish can help keep it clean by moving things around. I think that's fine. A couple of large platies, yeah, things like that will pick away. Like you say, they'll pick away anything. Yeah, they probably will. I hate editing. My problem, I think, not anything. Well, I've already offered to edit your videos for you several times. Brian heard his own voice and shuddered. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No one likes hearing their own voice. Pandagaras. Oh, they're cool little fish. I don't know. I don't know what they like substrate-wise, I'm afraid. The funkiest funker is here. How are we doing, Funkmaster General? Science is now short-term contracts, usually to 30, so mortgages aren't possible, but then if staying because X, Y and Z, it means limiting jobs. Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, you have to prioritise what you want. It's what's going to work best for you to get you where you want to be. And it's unlikely where you want to be is. My number one priority is to be someone that has a fish room. So, prioritise you getting what you want, and you have to do a few years pain to get there. Then you can say, right, I've done all that crap, now I'm going to have my fish room. It's not necessarily all about the jobs I did in my 20s and 30s did not. I was about to say that as a man in his 40s whose job is not fulfilling him either, but they weren't. At least my job now is well paid and easy and affords me lots of soft benefits, like if I don't want to go in one day, I won't go in that day. If I want to take my kids to school, I take my kids to school. If I want to pick them up, I pick them up. If someone sends me a meeting invite, I can go, nah, not interested. They are all very valuable things, and I'm paid well to do it. When I was in my mid-20s, I would not have been able to do any of those things. So, yeah, you have to go through a bit of pain to get out the other side, to have those little freedoms. If I want to... I was about to say, if I want to extend the garage, I can do that because I can afford it. I can't because I have a wife who will say, no, you idiot. There's these 3,000 other things on the list that need to be bought before we get to that. But in theory, if I really wanted to, I could do it. So it's a bit of delayed gratification, maybe, where you just don't necessarily get everything you want in your 20s. And I'm kind of fine with it. Everyone, there's too many chats. Will you all shut up? I'm so far behind. Okay. The Keystone Clash, that was the thing that I was asking. And I am being flown out there. First class? You better be getting first class. But that's pretty good. You've been flown. Are you being paid as well? In fact, don't answer that. It's none of my business. But that's cool. So, there's something. You're being flown out to give a speech. There will be so many other opportunities having done that. That's good. That doesn't require thousands of subscribers. That's something you've got off your own knowledge and the hard work that you put in. The more you keep doing that, the more that kind of thing will come. It's nearly midnight in the Netherlands, and I've got to go to work tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by. See ya. You've probably gone by now. Timu reminds me of AliExpress. I worked with someone who bought seeds and would see what grew. He bought a Victoria lily. It grew but then died, yeah. I mean, I am thinking of doing another Timu video, but I'm kind of struggling for how to make it different rather than just making the same video again. Here's some random shit I bought. But, you know, it works. You're Scottish, we forgive you. For what? What have I done now? Oh, Stuart says you have a smooth Scotch accent. That's one of those. That's a trigger word. Scotch is a drink or a tape. It is not a people. A Scottish accent. And you, a Stuart too. Sorry, I'm about to lay into Stuart. You, a Stuart, spelling your name that way, and Graham spelling your name that way. Could you be any more English? Sorry, I take it back. Welcome, all the new people. Now my autistic self needs to wait until Graham sees and I can go, oh, I hope I haven't made you stay up extra late just for this. Thank you for stopping by. As I was about to say, as an owner of an autistic child, as a father to an autistic child, I feel your pain. I hope we got there in the end. They do me dirty all the time in the comments being a Geordie. I imagine the comments, I did that in myself. But yeah, the accent thing, you can't win. Robocheck TV, I'm guessing. Hi, I'm a beginner. I don't know why I said it like that. Hi, I'm beginner. I started Aquarium 3 weeks ago. 0 algae, super crystal water. I think I can add some fishies tomorrow. A Malawi tank. Danger. No, I wouldn't do that. I would join our Discord server and we'll talk you through what might be a better approach to doing that. We need more information for one thing, so we're not going to immediately, you've got no idea what you're doing, that's wrong. We need more information. You might need more information, but if you started an aquarium 3 weeks ago and don't have algae, that doesn't necessarily mean it's ready for fish. Filtration takes a lot longer than 3 weeks to build up unless you're doing something else. So jump into Discord, someone will talk you through. Cold water aquatic stream is next. Yes, it's probably now. But I'll be talking for at least another half hour. So I've got hours to go yet. Loads of comments. No, go and join Cold Water Aquatics. Don't stay here. Poor Mal's getting a battering now about his accent. My angels were hibbies until they weren't. That's the thing about the angels. Angels have a tendency to go rogue. Which is why I only have one angel, because I've had them, 6 years or something like that, and at one point 2 of them just decided, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, and killed each other. And I came down and I was like, what the fuck happened here? I love hill streams, but heard angels will munch on them. Again, I think it comes down to the personality of the angel, because different fish are just different. It's just the hill streams I find would do better in a high flow aquarium, whereas angels are a bit like, oh, what's this? What's going on? Why are you pinning me to the side? So I don't know if they do quite as well. But do you know what? This is my favourite thing that happens. When I say something and Rebecca says something similar, it makes me feel so clever. Like, yeah, I was right about that. Hill streams are adapted to the highest flow and highly oxygenated habitats. Angels are far from that. That's kind of what I was saying. So I'm taking that as a win for me. Look at Aquarium Delirium's angel tank for idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm 2 years into my 50s. Yeah, well, I'm coming to catch you. It'll not be long. JT's only in his teens. Teens, surely. Yeah, teens. I add bacteria and lots of fast-growing plants. No tests. I mean, it's not a bad idea to invest in some tests anyway. Adding bacteria, yeah, that can be good, but so the timeline's confusing me, because if you add bacteria, generally the bacteria in a bottle type products are you add the bacteria and add the fish. Otherwise, if you've added bacteria, waited 3 weeks and then added fish, the bacteria will already be dead. So you're not necessarily gone wrong yet. But again, it's the kind of thing you can't really sort in chat. '30s feels old. I can't switch industry unless I want to dish fishies and or join a fisheries brand. Well, yeah, I get where you're coming from, because as someone who's in his 40s, I still don't really know what I want to do when I grow up. And the joining a fisheries brand might be, so the kind of thing that you're doing now. So if someone's prepared to fly you out to America to talk about your knowledge, that gives you a certain cachet, a certain level of bargaining power. Whereas if a fishery brand was to come along, you could maybe, and this is a complete hypothetical situation, you could maybe say, yeah, I'll come and take that job, but I want this. And this might be, I want 2 days a week to work on my PhD. I want 3 days a month to do this. I want so many volunteering days. I want you to invest in this. It's, you become more of a, I'm trying to think what the word is after 3 beers. You become a lot more valuable than just a resource. So you're not just somebody who works on the team. So in my line of work, for instance, they could fire me and bring in someone else to do the same thing tomorrow. They can't. You have a very unique skill set. You have a very what's the word? You can't. It's not that you're irreplaceable, but you have your own brand, if you like. It's not a brand. That's not the right word to use, but they want you because of the things you know and the things you can do, which I guess is the same as other things, but there's one of you, there are a million of me. So when an aquatic brand comes calling, they're not just come and work in our office and be a slave. They want you, so you can ask for things that you want that aren't necessarily to do with that job. You can just say, I know, I will do that, but I want this as well, please. Hans is here. I don't think I've said hello to you tonight. Hans, how are you doing? Planning to move my 720 into the fish room so I have all my tanks in one place. That is a good thing as well, yeah. It's so easy for me to do water changes just because everything's like all in one place. Multis fascinate me. So multis are something that fascinated me as well. I was offered a fish list from my aquatic supplier last week, and I think if they had multis on it, I would have probably bought them. African cichlids are more interesting but need more exploration, but for their ecosystems I want the eels. Oh, the eels, the morimids, and the catfishes. Yes. And that's what I mean. So I'm like, okay, you've got your peacocks, your haps, your this, your that, the others, and then every now and again you'll see someone, they'll be like, oh, and then this is my freshwater mori eel. You're like, what? Where did that, what, where? Or someone showing off his OB whatever, and then an elephant nose fish will swim past you. You're like, what? That's a thing? I don't know. Corey from Aquarium Co-op did a video from Peru, and the Corey that's confusing, and Corey had gravel beds. The Corydorus had gravel beds, and they did, yeah. I watched that video. But gravel isn't a universal standard. So gravel can gravel in a fast-moving river system will be a lot more rounded than gravel in a slow-moving river system, because it's not getting worn down by all the jostling. And lava rock as a substrate, which is, as we all know now, isn't what the substrate actually was, would be quite sharp and would take off a barbel straight away. And as to Juggler's point earlier, that if you're going to do something where you're going to put it, if you're going to put a Cory, for instance, into a situation where it might lose a barbel or cut a barbel, not necessarily lose it, just cut a barbel, and it's already dirty, then the risk of infection is much higher. So if you have super clean gravel and you're doing your job to keep it clean, and a Cory cuts its barbel, that's probably not going to be quite as bad. Not cleaned my gravel in the main tank for a couple of years. Good water movement and active bottom feeders have worked a treat. Cories and clown loaches, yeah. Cories and loaches, yeah. I know it's the end of the stream, but we managed to get home from work a little earlier this week. Hello, Clark's Minifish Room. Just remember, Rebecca, you get to afford the things you want, and then you have kids. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking of calling my third child Mercedes, just because that's how much she cost in the first year of her life. Ian has made statements on the damaging statements of Aquarium Co-op there. Ian took him on the trip, so this will be Ian Fuller, the Corridorus guru, for want of a better. I did not realise that he had issues with that. Took him on the trip and has been to the area multiple times a year. So I guess they're not normally found in gravelly bottomed areas, I guess is what we're saying there. To clean food off gravel, have you snails? That's a good one. If you don't mind a definite future problem, Malaysian trumpet snails are brilliant for turning substrates. They're just also brilliant at multiplying, so you will have 10 billion of them very quickly. JT's here, and he's seen it and he's gone. Bye. Bye. Thank you for stopping by. Right, I've gone over by about 10 minutes. Let me quickly scan through. For once, I don't need the toilet. That's usually the guiding sign for me, is I must end the stream because I need to go for a pee. But for once, I'm alright. So I can keep going if you want, but I think we should... No one wants to listen to this much longer, do they? Oh, Stuart's back. Sorry, I knew this would come back to bite me. My grandmother's maiden name is Stuart. She died 2 weeks before I was born, hence the Stuart. Okay. And I'm a Geordie. Both grandparents, yes, Scottish. So, where I was going with that, and so this is a very niche subject and one of my trigger points. My name's Graham, and people continually spell my name Graham, but that's not how you spell Graham. You spell Graham Graeme, unless it's your surname, so you've done it right. So you've gone for the surname Graham and spelled it correctly. Where you've gone wrong, Stuart, is Stuart is spelled Stuart, unless it's a surname, and you spell it Stewart. So you've got two surnames. But you've explained it well there, because your grandmother's maiden name is Stuart, yeah, a surname. So they've given you that as a Christian name, or a first name. And then you've correctly got Graham, so spelled correctly for a surname. So I take it all back. You're fine. You passed the test. Are you avoiding the sleep? Yeah, can we make this stream go for another hour or two, and then they might definitely be asleep. I can still hear them up there. There's like a low hum of ah. If you ever want ornamental snails, don't. I did, and now my 5-year-old rabbit snails aren't able to reproduce. Yeah, I had to make that point of in my video today about the plants. I've cleaned both those tanks. I've emptied them out. They've been dry. It's been refilled. No snails in there. But I guarantee someone's going to get a snail because it just happens. It's impossible. The tanks are within 6 feet of each other. The snails will migrate somehow. Thank you for an enjoyable stream. I've got to go as I've got some people buying some Acaras tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone. Nice to see you, Arnold. And I saw your email. Sorry, I emailed you about something and you emailed me back, and I totally biffed on it. So yes, you will. Yes, I can. Is the answer. Angelfish are stunning psychopaths. That's a good way to put it. I like that. I forgot to say that my male discus red cover with the massive eyes is now fine. No treatment. That's what we want. It's amazing how much they can bring themselves back from that sort of thing. Rabbit snails are so cool. What was the problem with their assassins? The assassins eat every baby. So that's one thing assassin snails are good at. The amount of times I see people saying, look at my tank, I've got a problem with my tank. Here are 500,000 Malaysian trumpet snails. And someone will say, get an assassin snail. What the fuck's that going to do? So assassin snails are good at killing baby snails. And one assassin snail is they'll do some damage, but it's not going to take out a whole tank full. I can't even see what that says. It's a special edition doppelganger DDH IPA from Vocation. All words which I quite like. I have a doppelganger apparently who lives in Australia and is called Stuart, funnily enough. So if you're watching, hello. My granddad called me Stuart for years because I look so much like this guy in Australia. Are we still live? Oh, we are still live as well. God, should I go? Yeah, we should probably. Neolampragus Leliupi. I have checked him out. I am into them. Sell the kids, buy more fish. Graham like the cracker. No, Graham. Is that graham crackers? Is that a thing? Oh my god, revelation. So when you Americans say graham crackers, you actually mean graham crackers. Graham. It's Graham, Graeme. Had it all the way through school and still now at 66. Everything's gone everywhere. Yeah, graham crackers. We hear about this in like American TV and films and stuff. I always thought they were GRAM crackers, not graham crackers. Is this why you won't do like kilos and grams? Because it's too confusing for you. Because you want to say grams. Right, everyone. I'm now encroaching on someone else's stream, probably. So, if you're still into this kind of thing and you fancy going and watching some more aquatic content, head over to Freshwater Aquatics. I'm sure Scott has posted a link somewhere. If not, go and watch one of my other videos and come back next week where we will either have a flawless, seamless set of guests, or I will never touch the subject of guests ever again. One of those two things will happen next week. Until then, thank you very much for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go and find some earmuffs and see if I can get to bed. Night night, everyone. Bye.